You know, in Florida, they got a natural spring called Weeki Wachee. It's pretty cool. But up in Michigan's UP, we've got a spring with an even cooler name. It's called Kitch ITI Kipi. Pretty cool.
The Kitch ITI Kipi Spring is located just a few miles west of Manistee in the Palms Book State Park. And when it comes to Michigan's natural wonders, I wonder why it took me so long to visit this one. The spring is a surreal experience that will totally amaze you. And the best part is, you just hop onto a self-propelled open-bottom ferry, crank yourself out to the middle, and watch the wonders of the spring. And lucky for me, Park Officer Pat Nelson came along to make sure I actually learned something.
Pat, the first thing I gotta ask you is, how does the water stay so clear?
Well, you have 10,000 gallons a minute that comes up through the bottom. And that's crystal clear water, and that's constant movement. And that's why you get the rolling sand on the bottom.
Well, the water is so crystal clear, it looks like we're just floating in the air over these fish. How far down to the bottom?
It's 45 feet deep.
45 feet. The fish are huge. What are those?
The really large ones are lake trout. You can see there's lots of little ones on the bottom.
Those are food.
Those are food, yes. And so in these trout we will feed too in the morning. We throw some feed in there.
So what's the temperature of the water?
45 degrees, consistently.
Year round?
Year round. This will not freeze over. Although I have been out here once where there was a little crust of ice over the top, but it will not freeze over solid.
Where did the name Kitch ITI Kipi come from? Is there a legend to that, or is there a...
Well, John Belair, who was a senior lumberman, he bought a 5 and dime in Manistee in the turn of the century. He was the one who really fell in love with this area. He made arrangements through the Palm and Book Lumber Company. That's where the name Palm Book Park comes from.
I was going to ask you, because there's no palm trees here.
No palm trees, but it was Palm Book Lumber Company. He made arrangements for a sale for the park for $10 for the original 90 acres. And he loved showing people the spring, wanted to attract people out here. He later confessed to one of the park managers when he was in his late 70s that he had a poet friend of sorts who created the Kitch ITI Kipi legend. It was supposedly a young Indian chief who was trying to prove his love to his maiden, and she demanded that she catch him from one of the boughs, and he fell into the water and drowned. So.
But that's not true?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds cool.
Be. I don't know, that's a heck of a way to go.
Yeah, well, I'm not going in there. What do you think this spring and this park means to the state of Michigan?
I think everybody takes something a little special away with them when they come out here.
Yeah, I knew it would be cool, but I had no idea it would be this. It's just awesome. Look at that one fish is just sitting on the bottom. Is he just tired?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging. Hey, dude, what's happening?
The Kitch ITI Kipi Spring is the kind of place that's so cool, the second you get home, you tell everybody you know about it. So don't worry if you can't say it right, just make sure you get up here to see it. It's a real UP treasure.